First of all, I would like to introduce you to tools that I made within the last 10 years, developed new ones, updated them. Currently, most of the tools are made in Python, but I use PyQt. In Maya, I use Pyside 2 and Pyside 6 in the newest Maya, Qt Designer. First of all, I'm gonna show my main tool. This is just the exe. It checks if there's an update and updates all the tools. We cannot run exe files from network drives, so everything is being copied onto the users. So let me start the project. Here we have all projects that I have access to as a Platige image modeling team lead. Here we have per project based elements, so we can access Maya and so other stuff. We can right click, use here, we can open folders. We have Marvel's pipeline. I ain't gonna show it, but it's similar to Zbrush pipeline that I created. We can create asset folders here. We've got also recent projects, so you can work on recent, you can sort them automatically, you can start up with recent projects. This is the tick that take care of it. We can refresh. Then we have additional tools that we use. So I have a texture tool, so we can rename both from UDIM to UV tile, both types. We have preset names and so on. We can omit Photoshop or any paid app and add textures to each other based on naming. We can also subtract textures, so for example we can split high frequency detail from mid, that we can paint them out, for example, and switch them to XYZ or something, and something to convert grayscale. Additional tool is like remove alpha. It's a custom request from a friend. I've got also a asset library. So we've got assets. I'm not gonna show the old characters, but we've got some assets here. We got the same library in Maya, but it includes additional tools for swapping topology or giving a technical textures or eye textures. We've got transfer meshes, got base bodies, order. I have a current to pick the current, eye swap, diff, for example, presculpted in metahuman topology, and we've got other topologies. Got some hands and so on. Also I have old previous topologies here. Not gonna show all of them, but we've got some old topologies here on top, and we can just open it in Maya on a copy path for Maya, or open if you don't have it, and open in ZTL. Second one is a brush library. We've got some brushes in here, so we can send them to Zbrush. We can send alpha. We can save alpha settings. So when we send alpha and alpha settings are available, we can just send the alpha and the settings will be set on the brush. We got big previews here. I can also save the brush, and this is standalone tool. You can copy your stuff and do it at home too. Here we have a download standalone, so this practically downloads two elements that needs to have for a ZBrush manager to work at home. We work on shotgun, shotgrid, or flow that is called today, and we might want to, for example, combine some previews, so we can add previews in here. I can add files like pictures, move them around and convert them to one video, and move it to shotgun to have one preview instead of few. Now we have a list of online tools that we can run from here. We have the account and so on, and main tools here. Also I have a list of installed software. I have just icons and they're being added automatically. If something is only one, then it's gonna be added as one icon without the drop menu. But I'm gonna switch to the standalone tool, and these are local on a D drive, and I'm just gonna run my manager to show. So we have information that this project isn't available on ShotGrid. Otherwise, if it was, it would logged in, and we would have some information from ShotGrid, and folders for the characters and props would be created. So for here I have only one model, particle model, and here I can copy and export zipped, split to 1 gigabyte and import it. So here I can start the Zbrush depending on version. I have information in what Zbrush it was done, so for example, I started here in 2025. Also, I'm gonna show the previews, so we have some previews here. And what I can do, I can convert, I can save previews from the open file, but I have a connection, one of my scripts, and I can convert all the preview into a video that can be sent to a shotgun. It will be frame by frame, so we have one preview. So I'm gonna just start a fail that I did recently, and I do it for my personal projects too in free time. And I can choose the one that I have. If I double click or open fail here, it will open. I'm gonna minimize it for now and just gonna show how it works in saving. So we've got that guy here, and I'm gonna go and click the icon to go here. And next what I can do grab a subname, because if the sale is in subname, then I'm gonna show it how it works. So maybe I'm gonna just save with subname. I can choose from any here, but I'm gonna write my own. I can write a note, but I'm gonna write it after saving. Okay, now that it's saved, I can go back here, and now we can see that the subname files are within their own space. Also, now that I have a file saved, I can write a comment, because the comment is being written for the saved file. I think if I provide a comment, it says automatically after writing. Okay, so now we have a orange that it's already done. So now we cannot edit it like this, but if we can edit, we could also click for and copy text. Okay, so I can save that guy one more time without the subname. I'm gonna just change the shader just to show. So this will be without the subname. I'm just gonna save. And the comments are being added after save. So probably it's already saved, because I can move the character. Basically this is based on these scripts. Okay. So this is how it is. I can delete the file, and I can copy the path. I think I used something outside, outside the. I don't know if I used PyQt for this copy to path. I can open the folder, then we have everything here. So we've got icons for showing in here for fastest preview. We've got folders for additional previews here. And they're split to PNGs and icons too, because icons are faster. Until we click on the big one, we've got everything in icons, aside this one because this is big. Also, we have a texture part of the folder, but what we do is first we click here, create texture folder, and now we have a preset, and for characters we have a high mid detail, B mid detail, and so on. So first we make the high subdivision, then the mid subdivision, and then we subtract them with one of the tools that, and we subtract those guys from here. So we can subtract folders if we have same namings, or we can, and so on, or we can just subtract one file. So we choose a file and we subtract one file from all of those. So we can remove the water level, for example. Substance painter, we have a little connection between Zbrush published lens, because the folder textures can be published and the information is in here in Zbrush textures. I'm gonna turn down because it's gonna show a pipeline. I'm gonna turn this and switch to production pipeline to show how it works. Basically it's the same as Zbrush, aside the fact that we need to choose the project at the beginning. So we have a drop down menu and it's gonna drop it to show all the projects, but we have assets here. I cannot show it that much, but basically it does the same and naming, and here I'm gonna blur this part out, but it works the same as in Zbrush. So my journey started from the creating scripts in Mail, then I made some other scripts, and at the end noticed that the shelves didn't work the way they're supposed to, and I started my first script. It didn't look the way this one looks right now, and it was in Maya CMDS. I had a glimpse of Tekka Inter, but then I went into Pyside, and first scripts that I did were scripted by hand, and then I moved on to Qt Designer, and now all the scripts here are hooked up based on the script's names. Almost every script in here has its own tutorial by right click here, and I think the latest ones, like for the previews creation, Arnold previews, transfer attributes, point position UVs by UVs, importing FBXs with and without unlocked normals, info layers for changes during the production. If the model is already rigged, it's nice to have information for rigger and publish what's changed, and it's easy because it's in display layers and they have their own names. We can include time if something was changed multiple times, sanity checkers, mine rigs hooked up to subdivision UV checker, renamer tools, hierarchy renamers with autocompletes, and so on. Creating base assets hierarchies, extracting blend shapes. There's a lot of here. I'm not gonna talk about it. Hope you liked what I showed you here. This is my past 10 years developing myself as a TD. In Maya I worked since 2010, I think, version 2009. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. It's been quite long.